Here's my analysis of the Baylor versus Kansas State women's basketball game. It was a slow start for both teams, but Kansas State had an 11-9 lead. But from there, Baylor took the lead and never looked back. Needless to say, because the second quarter, 21 points to 7. Third quarter, 19 to 14. Fourth quarter was a little bit closer, but 20 points to 16. But the final score was 69 to 48. This was definitely a huge bounce back win for the Baylor women's basketball team because back-to-back losses here. But Kansas State for the game shot 30% from the field, 18 for 60, 6 for 32 on threes, 18.8%. Even though they've been not hitting them a lot this year, they're a dangerous team. And the thing is, Kansas State got to a time they were down by 11 or 12 points with like 5 minutes left. They put Baylor put a few players back in, extended the lead, and kept the game at bay. 6 for 8 on free throws for Kansas State. 37 rebounds, 10 of those offensive. 13 assists, 3 steals, 5 blocks, which 2 of them came by 6'7" that Lauterbach player. 16 turnovers, 9 fouls, 10 bench points, which came from one player only. And they made Gabby Gregory for Kansas State, the lead scorer in the Big 12, struggle in the game. 13 points on 4 for 19 shooting, 2 for 10 on threes, 3 for 4 on free throws. That's not including the other stats, but I'm just saying in terms of points. She averaged 19 points per game, a little over that, or even close to 20 at one point, or even exactly that. Now, Baylor, on the other hand, despite the slow start, they did have 29 made field goals out of 68 overall, 42.6%. 7 for 23 on threes. That has to be better, but some of that is shot selection, jacking up shots too early. In the first quarter, both teams were just shooting too many threes. 30.4%. 4 for 5 on free throws. 44 rebounds, 12 of those offensive. 28 assists. When you have 28 assists on 29 made shots, that's remarkable. Really is. 5 steals, 3 blocks, 11 turnovers, 13 fouls, and they did have 14 points off the bench. So that did help as well. So Kansas State going forward has the following. They're now 1-5 in the conference. They have 6-11 TCU and Manhattan. They better not lose that game because Kansas State is one. I'm not going to project this or talk about bracketology, but they're outside looking in for the NCAA tournament right now. They're like one of the first 8 teams out of the tournament. They can't lose that game. On the road to Oklahoma State. They already beat Oklahoma State once. They could do it again if they have to, but then again, it's on the road. Then you have to play your rival, Kansas, which that's not easy. And then you have to play Iowa State, which Iowa State beat you the first time by only 11 points, but this time you get them at home. So that's the next 4 games, but including one more other game. Texas Tech, that's 15-4, and they just knocked off number 25 Texas. And that was in Lubbock, so that's not an easy game. So really one easy game, right, technically, but TCU is the only easy game because offensively challenged, but they're solid. They're good defensively. Now for Baylor, on the other hand, they have number 25 Texas next at home. And Texas is coming off of a 68-64 loss to Texas Tech. And I could promise you, they're going to be very, very edgy for that game. This is the second time in the last 2 years that they lost to Texas Tech. They're going to come ready to be edgy for that game. On the road to Texas Tech. That just beat Texas. Ooh. Then you got Kansas, that's 13-4. You already played them once. You beat them by double digits. Though the game was a little close at times, but they put the game away. At Iowa State, that's tough. That is tough. And luckily, after this Texas game, you have 6 days off. 6 days till the next game. So if you could beat Texas, you're going to have a little time. And then you got number 15 Oklahoma, which you're the only team that has defeated Oklahoma in the Big 12 this year. Because when I look at the standings, and you can see the standings yourself if you want, Oklahoma is the only one-loss team in there, 5-1. Texas, Baylor, and Iowa State are 4-2 in conference. Kansas is now 3-3. Tech's 3-3. Oklahoma State's 3-3. West Virginia's 3-3. Kansas State is 1-5, and TCU, of course, is 0-6. So that's a little update on the standings. And as you can tell, there's a lot of teams, 4 teams with 1 or 2 conference losses. It's not over by any means because there's a lot of games left here in the regular season. Anyways, if you like this content, hit like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. It's going to 5 subscribers. We're on the road to it. Let's go.